The drama surrounding Caitlin Clark didn't explode with a press release or a carefully worded announcement. It began quietly, almost invisibly, the kind of shift you only notice in hindsight, once the pieces are already in motion. For weeks, fans felt it before they could explain it. Something about her energy felt different. Something about her presence, her posture, the way she carried herself, suggested that a line had been crossed behind the scenes. Then one photo surfaced, and the WNBA hasn't been able to catch its breath since. Caitlin Clark walked into Lucas Oil Stadium without fanfare. No sponsorship push, no media blitz, no attempt to command attention. Yet the moment her image hit social media, attention found her anyway. It always does. At first, the conversation stayed superficial. People noticed her body before anything else. The extra muscle she had built earlier in the season was gone. She looked leaner, lighter, more fluid, like the version of herself that terrorized defenses at Iowa. For longtime fans, it felt familiar, almost nostalgic. This was the Caitlin Clark they fell in love with. The shooter whose rhythm came from freedom, not force. The version that didn't look weighed down. That alone sparked debate. Analysts, fans, and former players started revisiting old arguments about her physical transformation, whether added muscle had disrupted her shooting mechanics, whether she'd been pushed in a direction that didn't truly suit her game. Comments resurfaced about Steph Curry once hinting that bulk can change touch, timing, and flow. But the real firestorm wasn't about her physique. It was about who was standing next to her. The man beside Caitlin Clark didn't look like a fan. He didn't look like a casual acquaintance either. He looked comfortable, like someone who belonged in her orbit. At first, social media did what it always does, guessing wildly. Was it a business meeting? A friendly run-in? Someone from the league? But then the sports business crowd started whispering. They recognized the face. And once his name surfaced, the tone of the conversation changed instantly. Alan Zucker. To casual fans, the name meant nothing. To anyone who understands the machinery behind elite sports, it meant everything. Alan Zucker isn't someone you accidentally end up standing next to. He's a partner at Excel Sports Management, one of the most powerful agencies in the world. His client list reads like a map of modern sports royalty. The Mannings, Trevor Lawrence, Clayton Kershaw, and yes, Taylor Swift. When that realization spread, the photo stopped being a curiosity and became a signal. Almost immediately, fans started connecting dots that had been floating separately for months. Caitlin Clark's former agent had gone quiet. No statements. No denials. No clarifications. In an industry where even rumors are usually addressed quickly, silence speaks louder than words. If nothing had changed, someone would have said so. Instead, the silence lingered, heavy and unresolved, while the internet pieced together a story one frame at a time. People began revisiting her recent interviews, noticing how guarded she'd sounded whenever business questions came up. They re-examined her marketing presence, the subtle shifts in how she was being positioned, the quieter tone on social media, the absence of aggressive brand pushes that once seemed inevitable. Even her demeanor on camera looked different. Less strained. Less performative. Almost relieved. Athletes don't look like that unless a weight has been lifted. The speculation reached a boiling point when fans stumbled across a talent directory listing Alan Zucker as Caitlin Clark's agent. At first, people assumed it was a mistake. Databases get things wrong all the time. But the deeper they looked, the harder it became to dismiss. The listing was detailed, current, and aligned perfectly with everything else people had noticed. Screenshots spread across social platforms in minutes. Archived versions were cross-checked. Nothing contradicted it. Everything confirmed it. This wasn't a rumor anymore. It was a reveal. And suddenly, everything made sense. Caitlin Clark hadn't just fired her agent. She had quietly repositioned herself inside an entirely different universe of power. Alan Zucker doesn't just negotiate contracts. He architects legacies. His clients aren't marketed in isolation. They're integrated into global ecosystems that blend sports, entertainment, finance, and culture. When someone like Zucker takes an interest in an athlete, it's because he sees more than talent. He sees scalability, longevity, influence. That's where the story deepened even further. Fans digging into Zucker's background uncovered another crucial connection. Excel Sports Management, the agency Zucker helps lead, had recently seen Goldman Sachs purchase a majority stake. This wasn't just another business transaction. It was a billion-dollar move that reshaped the entire landscape of athlete representation. Goldman Sachs doesn't invest casually. They invest in systems designed for exponential growth. Suddenly, Caitlin Clark's earlier partnership with Goldman Sachs during her rookie season looked very different. At the time, it seemed like a standard promotional campaign. In hindsight, it felt like the first breadcrumb in a much larger trail. Why would one of the world's most powerful financial institutions align itself so early with a rookie? And why would that same institution later buy into the agency now standing beside her?